Hey folks, Ron here. Hope everybody's well. Today I'm going to be showing you right across the street the home, one of the homes, the Beverly Hills home of Mickey Rooney. And boy, I'll tell you, I have just a couple of notes here because there's so much about Mickey Rooney and I can't obviously cover it all, but he was known to a large degree as Hollywood's first train wreck. It's very, very sad because Mickey Rooney had experienced the peak of fame, the tops of fame, and almost the lowest of lows. And in the very end of his life, which is amazing that he made it to age 93, he alleged elder abuse and had a restraining order against a son-in-law and one of his daughters, problems with his wife, who he was separated from, I believe, when he died. Anyway, it's not this huge house under construction. It's this much smaller one here. Look at this. That's Sunset Boulevard, excuse me, down there. Oh, I know that's why it's so crowded, because this street goes up to the San Fernando Valley, becomes Coldwater Canyon. So the rush hour is already starting. So here's the home. Car there in the neighborhood. Always construction everywhere. A couple cars there. A couple Lexus, Mercedes. So this home, I think this is the one he was forced to sell for $1.3 million at the end of his last marriage, but I'm not 100% sure, and I know one of you guys will be. Mickey Rooney, he was born to, well, his mother was a burlesque dancer and in vaudeville, and his father was in vaudeville, so he was kind of born into it, you could say. You know, we're looking into the sun here. So he basically started performing when he was 6 years old. I'll come back to the house in a second. Came back, he started performing when he was just 6 years old on stage in vaudeville, and changed his name eventually professionally to Mickey Rooney. And he really took off rather quickly. In fact, it was kind of a meteoric rise. He was cast as sort of a supporting role in Andy Hardy. And Andy Hardy, he was such a success, and it was so successful, it spawned, well, let me check my notes here, 13, what a franchise, huh? 13 Andy Hardy films. Definitely bigger than Rocky, Rambo, Star Wars, all of them, huh? Star Trek? Maybe not Star Trek. But he was in all of them. Mickey Rooney was married 8 times, had 9 different kids, and lots of grandkids and lots of great grandkids. And I don't know if it's his first marriage. It might have been his first marriage, but he was married to Ava Gardner before she became a big star. I think it was in the 40s. Again, folks, I know that I'm mainly showing you the home and a little bit about the individual. There are always experts out there, and occasionally they correct me, and that's fine. I'm not going to be right on every fact. But he did marry Ava Gardner. She was one of his, and I think she was with Artie Shaw after that. And he did, like I say, but before she was, obviously before the Sinatra era for her and everything else. So, Mickey Rooney was the top box office draw from 1939 to 1941. I mean, it's amazing. And you know who it reminds me of? It reminds me of Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds was the top box office draw for years throughout the 70s. And of course, we know he lost his fortune at least once, if not more. And then the tumultuous marriages and divorces and everything else. So the same with Mickey Rooney. I mean, there are rumors that he was, or they say he was bipolar. There are rumors that he was hospitalized several times, addicted to sleeping pills, which he said he kicked at one point. And interesting too, because he was so close with Judy Garland, was also assigned to MGM. Very, very close. Now, Mickey Rooney says there was no romance with Judy Garland, just that they had an incredibly deep friendship. In fact, he said they were almost like one person. And he said a day didn't go by that he didn't think about her. And gosh, he outlived her by, 40 years. So that's what he said about Judy Garland. And, you know, they were both, he said that Louis B. Mayer, L.B. Mayer, would as Judy Garland said, would come on the set and check out how everything was going. Was very obviously domineering, and unfortunately was partially responsible probably for getting a lot of the child stars hooked on drugs, and uppers to keep them up, downers so they could sleep and so they could keep performing. So it's kind of tragic in a way, and like I said, between all those marriages and the kids and the purported hospitalizations, it was not an easy life for Mickey Rooney. In fact, having made all that money, he actually had to file for bankruptcy, I believe, twice in his life. And I don't think he died with much in his estate. And a matter of fact, he said that he was, like I said, he alleged elder abuse and had restraining orders against family. And it was, that's Hollywood, folks, right? I mean, a big, a rise to fame, and then sometimes a tragic fall. Not that he ever had a total fall, but it was really a tragic life in some ways. And this was the house, which is, if you look around, it's one of the smaller houses on the street here. I mean, a lot of them have been built up. Some obviously are now mega mansions. They're building something here next door. But yeah, it's one of the smaller ones. But I'm sure in its day, it was really something. Okay, and construction everywhere. Yeah, rush hour is starting. All right, folks, well, I guess I'll leave it there. I really was looking forward to doing this one. For those of you who have already subscribed, thanks very much for the subscribing, and thanks for the nice comments. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so, and please hit the little bell icon next to the subscription button so you're notified as to when I post. And folks, more than anything else, please give the channel likes, because then you'll get indications of when I post. Let's look at the house one more time. Okay, signing off for now, guys, and I will see you at the next location. Thanks, and bye-bye.